It's a beautiful TRD Toyota Tacoma. Well, it's hard to believe maybe, but Toyota TRD, Toyota Racing Development, is 40 years old this year. And we talked to the guy who's been there for most of those years about what TRD means to Toyota these days.
There's not another form of professional sports that is as visceral as motorsports. You go to a racetrack and every sense is engaged. It's the sound of the engines, it's the smell of the tires, the asphalt, the adrenaline rush as the cars come to the start-finish line. There's nothing quite like it. And yes, this is my passion. For 30 years, I have somehow made a living doing this. But the point that I want to make is Toyota isn't in the business of just having fun. In the end, racing is a business imperative that continues to increase the acceptance and consideration of Toyota amongst the American public through a shared passion of motorsport. It provides a platform to leverage TRD's resources and expertise and build credibility across the entire brand for Toyota. So combining all of that together, the space helps us better engage and understand our customers and consumers, our cars and how they perform. Ultimately, we exist to create loyal customers with industry-leading products and services. But it is still a lot of fun.
NASCAR asked us to kind of get our feet wet in the truck series.
Big change took place. Toyota joins as a new manufacturer in NASCAR. How big is it, Phil?
Rick, I think Toyota coming into the Craftsman Truck Series is probably the biggest thing to happen to this series since its inception back in 1995.
You look at NASCAR. NASCAR was and still is the king of the mountain when it comes to American motorsports. The reach that the sport has, roughly 80 million fans in the US. That translates to about one out of 3 Americans are a fan of NASCAR to a certain degree. So NASCAR had to be the goal. Toyota wanted to increase the awareness, acceptance, and consideration amongst the American public, and NASCAR was going to give us the green light. The very first NASCAR National Series win, guess what? It was at Michigan on July 31st, 2004 with Travis Guapo. Not a whole lot of fans stayed for the victory celebration, but here's what I'll say, all kidding aside. And again, to this day, we still don't get many cheers. It's still Detroit, right? But here's what I'll say about our NASCAR fans is we're not here. We never expected to turn a Ford fan into a Toyota fan. I mean, these families are generational in their support and loyalty to the manufacturers. But that Ford fan or that Chevy fan today will say to you that Toyota has made the sport better. And they respect the way that we race. They respect the way that we treat them as fellow OEMs. And two of my best relationships are with Jim Campbell from Chevrolet and Mark Rushbrook from Ford. Because in the end, as counterintuitive as this sounds, we need Chevrolet to do well. We need Ford to do well. We want a healthy sport, and so we're all here for the same reason, and we work together to help try and make our sport better. So we've come a long way.
Yeah, Bob Giles from New Car News. Something about telling your story to the world. Chicago is where you have a very high profile every year, the TRD brand. And I'm wondering, because of the anniversary, are you going to amplify the message throughout the year in various ways, at the auto shows and racing and so forth?
Absolutely, absolutely. And what actually it just brings me so much pride is the fact that Toyota Motor North America, at the beginning of this year, developed a very intentional strategy to leverage this anniversary. And you could argue that what is special about 40, it's just a round number. 50, arguably would be the big one, but I won't be around to see that. At least I'll be on the sidelines. But they, you know, I think it was a culmination of the success and the credibility that we've developed over the past, call it 20 years, wherein the company decided that we can really make hay with this, and let's build a campaign around it. Let's capture. There are actually, you know, if you Google TRD 40th anniversary videos, you come up with a total of 10 videos, and they're all, you know, to me, they're all very entertaining because they're filled with memories, and some of them I get literally emotional watching.
Leading up to the second spot, led by Danny Hamlin. Throws the block, does that get the peak attitude? Here comes Martin.
One of them certainly you have to understand is that single race win is certainly one of our biggest wins. And I said it at the time, what is Daytona 500? The great.
If you watch a race and do an in-car camera shot, you'll see TRD 40th decals on the roll cage. One of the cars that raced in Kansas City had a paint scheme for the, you know, dedicated toward TRD's 40th anniversary. So it's, again, personally, it fills me with so much pride, and it must be moving the needle, or, you know, they wouldn't be doing it just for me.